Hello everyone, this is Jasmine Sharma. Today I'll be discussing about post-COVID effects on sports. Sports industry has always been considered as crisis-proof industries other than in times of war. But now, because of coronavirus, this industry is facing major challenges in every way. Athletes, broadcasters, sporting clubs have all been falling victims to this virus one by one. We are talking about $160 billion industry worldwide and there's been incalculable financial hit. Major events in sports and entertainment industry are being cancelled or postponed, forcing the parties to review their contract or force majeure clause in particular. Force majeure clause defines that there will be no breach of contract when there will be supervening impossibility to perform the obligations of contract provided that the conditions are beyond the reasonable control of the party obliged to perform the contract. This clause enlists certain conditions like natural calamities, wars, strike, or any other event which is beyond the reasonable control of any party obliged to perform the contract. However, there needs to be certain prerequisites that should be kept in mind when applying force majeure clause. For example, Royal Moroccan Football Federation used their force majeure clause to withdraw itself from the 2015 edition of African Cup of Nations on the account of outbreak of Ebola epidemic in the West Africa. The contentions raised by FRMF was found to be incorrect as the host federation was able to organize the event by appropriate sanitary measures and hence the outbreak did not make the participation in the tournament impossible but it only made inconvenient. So what should be the legal recourse? If the force majeure clause is present in the contract, then the legal remedy would be adjudged strictly according to that. If the remedy of the force majeure clause is absent or unavailable to the party, then the party can resort to principle of frustration of contract as set out by Indian Contract Act 1872. The dilemma in the sports industry with regard to this clause is that, moreover, IPL, Formula One races, and other sporting events may have been unfeasible to conduct in their original timelines. The clarity on the impossibility to conduct is yet to arrive to include in the force majeure clause ambit. Postponement or holding the events behind the closed doors are the possible alternatives to the impossibility to perform. Star India in 2017 bought the broadcasting rights for the IPL for $2.55 billion for a period of 5 years. Sports federations are considering extending their terms of contract to include an extra season where a season has been cancelled. If they are considering postponement or cancellation, they have to carry out both the re-evaluation of right fees and request for access to past archives. Commercials have to be renegotiated, taking into account the loss of revenue and keeping in mind the long-term relationship between the parties. Indian sports sponsorship market accounts for 9100 crore rupees, of which 85% accounts solely to cricket sponsorship. Senior executive of an IPL franchise made the following remarks when highlighting sponsorship issue. If IPL gets cancelled, Star TV won't pay any broadcasting or advertisement rights, which itself is 3300 crore rupees per annum, and franchisees won't pay 20% of the revenue. If the event gets postponed, then the prices of the rights will have to be renegotiated downwards, and so will the deals with the franchisees. Cancelled or closed door sporting events would devalue on-road sponsors' contract as there will be no engagement with the spectators. The possibilities at hand are either to terminate the contract or renegotiate the fees value. R.S. Sodhi, who is managing director at Gujarat Cooperative Milk, makers of Amul, also pointed out that their share of 20 to 25% of the advertising budget is devoted to sporting events. Cricket Australia is likely to lose $174 million if the coronavirus derails the test series against India, which is supposed to happen later this year. This pandemic has disappointed the athletes who trained very hard for this expected Olympics 2020. Their whole calendars and schedules are destroyed. In 2017, a major dispute arose between Cricketers South Africa and South African Cricketers Association regarding the payment of fees when the T20 Global League was postponed on account of the failure to secure the broadcasting deal. Both the parties reached to an agreement to give 60% of the fees to the South African players and 50% of the fees to the international players as a compensation to the contracted players. The US Tennis Association will be laying off 110 employees, which is 20% of the total workforce, to reduce the overhead which is strained by COVID-19 crisis. 24 English football leagues will be hitting very hard, with the total loss expected to be at least £350 million. Moving to the guidelines issued by the ICC. ICC has banned the use of saliva on cricket balls. In violations, players will be first warned by the umpires, but repeated violations will attract 5-run penalty to the batting side. The ICC has also allowed COVID-19 replacements in test matches. Pertaining to the ban on international flights, ICC has introduced the concept of non-neutral umpires for bilateral series. The local umpires will be picked from ICC Elite Panel or ICC International Panel of Match Officials. ICC has also permitted for the boards to use 32-inch additional logos on players' jerseys in order to make up for the losses incurred in ODIs and T20s. ICC has also ratified the proposal to increase the use of technology and to provide additional review in every format in order to satisfy the fear of bias in the visiting teams. Nelson Mandela once said, "Sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to unite the people in a way that little else does. It has the power to inspire. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. It has the power to give hope where once there was only despair. In these difficult times, all we need is faith and hope that everything will be bright and cheerful again." Thank you.